Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chancellor's Medallion celebration. I'm Betty Russo, Vice Chancellor for Advancement at Indiana University Southeast. I speak for the entire campus when I say thank you for joining us for this celebration. The program will begin with the Chancellor's keynote address, followed by the presentation of our Chancellor's Medallion scholarships and the presentation of the IU Bicentennial Medals to our honored Chancellor's Medallion recipients. We are here tonight to celebrate the achievements of some very special students. We also celebrate those community members who have helped make those achievements possible. The Chancellor's Medallion event is an especially meaningful event at IU Southeast. First and foremost, it raises money for student scholarships. IU Southeast remains the most affordable four-year degree in our region, but even so, thousands of talented students still rely on financial aid and scholarships to complete their degrees each year. If you would prefer to donate directly to the scholarship fund, visit the link found in the program. If you don't already have a copy of the program, you can download it on the Chancellor's Medallion website. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize the many individuals and businesses that have sponsored this evening's ceremony. Please join me in thanking some of our most generous supporters. First, our presenting sponsors, the Ogle Foundation, Caesars Southern Indiana. Our event sponsors, the Rivera Group, Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, George Fowles Sons Company, Inc. Our program sponsors, Clark Floyd County's Convention and Tourism, Mack Construction and Excavating, Inc., L&D Mailmasters, Duke Energy Clarksville, Harrod Group, Libs Paving, Republic Bancorp, Inc., Jamie Abersol Jazz, Inc. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge the table sponsors who are listed in your program. We want to thank them for their continued generosity to IU Southeast and our students. It is now my pleasure to introduce John Applegate. John is the Executive Vice President for University Academic Affairs at Indiana University. He ensures coordination of university-wide academic initiatives and programs, strategic planning, external academic relations, online education, enterprise systems, and the policies that enable the university to most effectively bring its vast intellectual resources to serve the citizens of the state and nation. Additionally, in his role, he's responsible for Indiana University's regional campuses and is charged with leading the development of a shared identity and mission for all of IU's regional campuses that complements each campus's individual identity and mission. His office is responsible for the development of collaborative multi-campus degrees, especially those offered in an online format. Executive Vice President Applegate is also responsible for public safety functions across the university, including police, emergency management, environmental health and safety, enterprise risk management, and related functions. Please enjoy this short video from John Applegate.
Good evening. It goes without saying that we're all disappointed not to be together in person for the IU Southeast Chancellor's Medallion festivities. It's become an annual ritual for my wife Amy and me. So, much as I love sitting in Zoom meetings day after day, it's at a time like this that I'm really missing being with everyone at the Horseshoe. You've heard me say this before, but I truly cannot say enough what a vital role IU Southeast plays in Indiana University. IU is both Indiana University and Indiana's university. We have a physical footprint that stretches from southeast to northwest. We are educating over 100,000 students at any given time, and we awarded over 22,000 degrees in 2019 to 20, which is nearly half of all degrees awarded in the state. IU Southeast is an integral part of IU's footprint, and the campus goes a step further by taking an IU education across the Ohio River to include the Louisville area, which is a critically important metropolitan economic region of the state. Indiana University is proud to count IU Southeast among its campuses, and I am personally proud to count IU Southeast among the regional campuses of Indiana University. As important as IU Southeast is to Indiana University, it is equally important to the vibrant southern Indiana Louisville region. 80% of IU Southeast graduates live and work in the region, which means that today there are almost 24,000 IU Southeast graduates living productive lives and contributing to their communities, the region, and the state. I like to refer to the virtuous circle that IU regional campuses create as strong educational institutions in strong communities. By admitting well-prepared and motivated students, offering a flexible and affordable education, providing an excellent and engaging student experience, supporting students in reaching their goals, and graduating students with valuable degrees, the campuses become true anchors of their communities and a destination for even more well-prepared and motivated students. Does the virtuous circle work at IU Southeast? You bet it does, and I have proof. First, we know that IU Southeast graduates are enthusiastic about their experience here. In a recent Gallup survey, 92% of IU Southeast alumni are satisfied or extremely satisfied with the education they received. 50% reported that IU Southeast was the perfect school for them, and 39% said they could not imagine a world without IU Southeast. Second, the results of the recent IU First Destination survey for IU Southeast were outstanding. 99% of the IU Southeast respondents are either employed or continuing their education 1 year after graduation, and 83% of those graduates who accepted offers of employment had starting salaries that are more than twice the amount of the average student debt. And third, the generosity of donors to the campus, including those of you joining virtually tonight, as well as many others, means that nearly 60% of IU Southeast students benefit from gift aid. As a result, IU Southeast graduates have the lowest student loan debt in the state of Indiana, as ranked by Lend.edu, and one of the lowest in the Midwest region, as ranked by US News and World Report. Student satisfaction, career success, and the generous support of alumni and friends of the campus. You really can't ask for a stronger endorsement of the critically important role that IU Southeast plays in this community and region. My congratulations to the IU Southeast campus and Chancellor Ray Wallace for these wonderful accomplishments. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you to John for sharing those words. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Chancellor Wallace to you this evening. Chancellor Ray Wallace assumed his role at Indiana University Southeast in July 2014. He was born in Northern Ireland and is a proud naturalized U.S. citizen, a former international athlete, an award-winning nature and travel photographer, and the author of 5 published books. For those who are interested, Chancellor Wallace will be leading a tour of Ireland in July 2021. If you're interested in knowing more about this opportunity, please reach out to me. During his time at IU Southeast, Dr. Wallace has led the charge to increase online and hybrid course offerings and has revitalized efforts to recruit working adults and graduate students. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Wallace to the podium.
Good evening, and thank you, Vice Chancellor Russo, for that kind introduction. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this very special and unique celebration. Due to the current pandemic caused by COVID-19, we've decided to restructure the Medallion celebration for 2020 and make it a virtual program, though we hope to see you all here in person next year. This provides a way for us to still safely recognize our student recipients and past Chancellor's Medallion recipients. It is a great privilege to celebrate my 6th Chancellor's Medallion with you all. Events like this and the scholarships they support are a total result of commitment, investment, and vision. Once again, I'd like to thank the many individuals and businesses that have sponsored this ceremony. I would also like to acknowledge the parents, children, spouses, and significant others joining us this evening, whose loved ones have received these scholarships. You are an integral part of their learning journey, whether you are encouraging their efforts, challenging them to explore their potential, or serving as the inspiration to pursue their goals. Certainly, you are proud of their accomplishments and support their ambitions. Thank you for joining us tonight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are here. The heart of this event is and always will be to help great students achieve their academic goals. You'll hear about 8 such students during this program, telling their own stories in their own words. First, let me tell you how our university has been doing this year. In the fall, as part of IU Southeast's initiative to increase our graduate degree programs in enrollment, the number of new graduate students enrolled has grown 74.6% from 2019. The number of new first-generation graduate students has increased by 184%. We also saw increases in African American students and students of 2 or more races. Indeed, overall, 21.7% of new undergraduate students are from diverse backgrounds. In total, we welcomed 1,087 new undergraduate students to campus this fall. Of those students, 274 were transfers from other universities. This year's incoming class had an average high school GPA of 3.31, which is the highest average GPA for an incoming class in at least 10 years. In the spring semester, not only did we have 919 graduates walk across the virtual commencement stage to the next chapter in their lives, we had 902 students achieve Dean's List and 287 students achieve Chancellor's List honours, which is more than we've had in recent years. In addition to the achievement of our students, our faculty and staff have been working very hard to help our incoming students transition amid this pandemic and to ensure that all of our students have a quality learning experience. Beginning in April 2020, IU Southeast enlisted staff members from across the campus to conduct care calls to our enrolled students. The first purpose of the call was to just check in and see how the student was doing with the transition to online courses and to provide resources. The secondary purpose was to encourage enrollment for summer and fall. Every student received a phone call, and if the student could not be reached, they were contacted by email. Our students were very grateful for this, and many said it meant a lot to receive a personal call. I am also proud of our great faculty at IU Southeast. When COVID-19 shut down the campus, the faculty made sure that instruction could continue and the students could finish the academic year. Faculty trained on new technologies and developed new pedagogies to meet the challenge. In the past year alone, faculty produced over 500 presentations, publications, and creative works. This has truly been a special year. Thank you for your continued support of our students on their academic journey and for your continued support of our great university. Certainly, IU Southeast already has a lot to be proud of, and I would like to introduce you to some examples. They are our future alumni and our future leaders of our community, the 2020 Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipients. Due to the generosity of our donors, we were in a position to award 8 scholarships this year. As always, seniors received their scholarships based on a combination of supreme academic merit and a history of dedication in community service. Juniors were awarded their scholarships based on a judged essay contest dealing with their journey to IU Southeast. At this time, we would like to introduce to you our Junior Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipients and allow these students the opportunity to express their gratitude for making these scholarships possible.
I chose to come to IUS because it felt like home as soon as I stepped on campus. Ever since my first day here, I've always had people pushing me and pointing me in the right direction and saying, if you need help, we're here to help you. And I just feel like you're part of a family here at IUS. So I'm a business HR major, and I have a minor in accounting as well. And one reason that I chose to go the business route is because it is such a versatile degree. You can kind of do a lot with business. So when I enter the business world, I feel like I'm really well equipped and well prepared to be a professional. Because I have this scholarship, I don't really have to worry so much about how I'm going to pay for school. So it takes a lot of the financial burden off of me and allows me to have a really immersive and involved college experience.
I chose to attend IU Southeast because of the great faculty, and I knew that I would get the best education. I chose my major in biology because I figured it would help best prepare me for medical school, as well as I've always been interested in science. So in the past, I'd have to work like so much just to pay tuition and bills. I'll be able to take a lot off my workload and be able to focus so much more on studying.
One of the reasons I chose to attend is actually the fact that it's a smaller campus, a lot smaller classrooms, and I could have more one-on-one interaction with professors really helped, especially because I don't want to be lost in a sea of students. I kind of want to be able to feel like I matter as a student. I chose psychology because one of the things I've learned about myself is mental health is kind of an integral part of my life. Getting the scholarship has helped me immensely. Like, I've actually been able to cut back on one of my jobs. Currently I'm only working work study or sometimes at the bookstore as needed, and I can focus on school.
I chose to attend Indiana University Southeast because of their small class sizes, the location of campus, and this university allowed me to continue my athletic career on the women's tennis team. I study business with concentration in human resource management, and I chose this degree because it allowed me to work in a professional setting, doing something I really enjoy while providing a life for myself. Being a student athlete in college is extremely rewarding, but it's also time consuming, but I love it more than anything about my college experience. So receiving this scholarship has allowed me to continue to do what I'm most passionate about.
Being a Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipient is more than just being financially supported. It feels like someone's cheering me on and saying that I can do this, and it gives me more motivation to pursue my degree and to pursue my passions.
All the hours and all the long nights that I spent studying and not hanging out with my friends, and I've even made sacrifices seeing my family to put school first, means that it's definitely paid off.
It means a lot, actually, to be a recipient of the Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship. was something that I was hoping, and once I received word that I had received it, it kind of took a lot of weight off my shoulders. It showed me that all my hard work has meant something, that I'm being recognized, and the fact that I'm not having to struggle with numerous jobs and taking out more loans, and I can kind of take a breath of fresh air.
Receiving this scholarship has meant the world to my family and I. It provides us incredible peace of mind knowing that the financial side of my academic career is taken care of. I would tell the donors that I'm incredibly thankful for their generosity towards the IU Southeast students. I'm just incredibly thankful for their assistance in my college career.
Now, let's meet our Junior Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipients. Our first recipient is Rena Andrews, representing the School of Social Sciences. She is majoring in psychology. Rena is from New Orleans, Louisiana. She is a member of IU Southeast Gamer Society, and in the future she hopes to open her own practice and work with adolescents in both therapy and assessment testing. Congratulations, Rena Andrews. Next, I am proud to present Camille Greenwell, representing the School of Business. Camille is from Fort Branch, Indiana, and is majoring in business with a concentration in human resource management. She has participated in several campus organizations, including Alpha Phi and the women's tennis team. After graduation, Camille plans to become a director of human resources. Congratulations, Camille Greenwell. Our next scholarship recipient is Hannah Schaefer of Hanover, Indiana. Hannah is studying business with a double concentration in human resource management and general management. Hannah has been a member of many clubs and organizations on campus, including the Honors Program, Crimson Crew, Peer Mentoring, and the Society for Human Resource Management. After graduating, Hannah plans to earn her MBA from IU Southeast and to work in human resources analytics. Congratulations, Hannah Schaefer. Our final Junior Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipient is Joseph Woods, representing the School of Natural Sciences. Joseph is from Oldham County, Kentucky, and is pursuing a degree in biology. He is the Vice President of the Pre-Med Society at IU Southeast. In the future, he hopes to combine his love of healthcare and the military and become a military doctor. Congratulations, Joseph Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present our 4 Junior Chancellor Medallion Scholarship recipients. Now we will turn our attention to this year's Senior Chancellor Medallion Scholarship recipients. You have met some of these students last year as the juniors to receive the Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship. We invite you to listen as they share their thoughts and stories and ambitions.
So the Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship means to me everything because it's helped me to be able to afford to pay for my undergraduate college experience.
Receiving this scholarship just makes me feel like really blessed and privileged, and it's just been truly an honor.
To be a Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipient means a lot. Just receiving the scholarship is an honor because very few people get it.
Being a Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipient is truly a dream come true. I remember sitting with my parents thinking, I don't know what to do, I don't know what my next steps are, and how to afford college. Maybe I wouldn't finish in 4 years. So receiving the scholarship has actually allowed me to finish in 3 years, which is something I never would have thought was possible.
This scholarship has allowed me to be able to continue to go to school full-time and work part-time or not at all.
This scholarship has allowed me to do so many things. It's allowed me to focus more on my schoolwork, and it's allowed me more time to help my dad and my grandpa out on each of their farms.
This scholarship allowed me to really just hone in on getting good grades while I'm here and not having to worry about the financial side of stuff as much.
So as of last year, this scholarship has opened amazing opportunities for me. It was actually a year ago from today I got offered an internship from two of the most influential people in my life, and their names are Joey Rivera and Parrish Daly. They came up to me after the banquet last year and offered me an internship to work at their cybersecurity company over the summer. And they told me that this would be something that would just be an opportunity I couldn't pass up. And so I said yes, and that has been probably the best decision of my life.
What I hope to do in the future is gain a graduate degree and be able to do some research and to experience new ways and techniques to help those suffering from suicidal ideations and depression and anxiety.
I say the major goal for the future for me would be to eventually open up my own small business back in my home county, Crawford County.
In the future, I hope to either attend grad school for business analytics or work in the analytics field after graduating in May.
In the future, hopefully by the time this video is playing, I will have been accepted into IU's Cybersecurity Risk Management Master's Program.
To be an IU grad means a lot to me. Growing up as like an IU fan, and then having family members come through like IU Southeast and IU, and then being able to just like join them as like IU grads.
Being an IU graduate, it's just amazing. I know like the IU itself is like really well known all over the world, and to be able to graduate from here, it's just truly an honor.
I've been out of high school for almost 10 years, and I've been back in college since 2017. And I never once thought that I would really be a college graduate, and that I never had a means to go back to college. And now I do, and now I'm going to be a college graduate.
Being an IU graduate has always been a goal of mine ever since I was little. I can remember driving past IU Southeast on the way to the store, and I used to picture myself walking through the doors or picture myself on campus. And just looking back at myself now and how little I was back then is so amazing to me. I've always loved IU. I've always loved watching the basketball games and football games with my family, and so getting to go to IUS in the next year, IU hopefully, is really amazing for me.
To the donors, I'd probably say thank you first off. They probably don't realize how much they are blessing these students, and not only just for the 4 years you're here, but college, it will carry over for a long time, and it's really been great, and I couldn't say thank you enough to them.
So you've seen the video, now let's meet these incredible scholars. Our first recipient is Adam Beasley, representing the School of Business. He is majoring in business management because of his interest in entrepreneurship. Adam is from English, Indiana. He currently balances schoolwork with a job on his grandfather's cattle farm as a farmhand. After graduation, Adam hopes to open a business in his hometown and help support the community that has given him so much support. Congratulations, Adam Beasley. Next, I'm proud to present Corey Byers, representing the discipline of psychology. Corey is from Seymour, Indiana, and has enjoyed the connections he has made at IU Southeast. He has capitalized on leadership opportunities by serving as the current president of the Psychology Club, a member of the Psi Chi National Honor Society and the American Psychological Association, and a former Shyness Research Institute assistant. After graduation, Corey plans to earn his master's and doctoral degrees to one day become a clinical psychologist. Congratulations, Corey Byers. Our next scholarship recipient is Bradley Cross of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Bradley is representing the School of Business as an economics major. Bradley has been a member of the tennis and golf teams, the economics club, and the First Christian Church youth group. After graduation, he plans to pursue his master's degree in economics or data analytics. Congratulations, Bradley Cross. Our final Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship for Seniors is Amanda Goodrich, representing the School of Natural Sciences. Amanda is from Floyd's Knobs and is pursuing a degree in computer science with a minor in business. She is a member of the College Republicans, works with the Center for Mentoring, and brought back the Women's in Computing organization at IU Southeast as their president. After graduation, Amanda hopes to continue her studies at IU Bloomington for a master's degree in cybersecurity risk management. Congratulations, Amanda Goodrich. Ladies and gentlemen, I present once more your IU Southeast Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship recipients for 2020. Helping these students is a major part of why we are here tonight. So far, we've heard about our student scholarship recipients, how very important they and their fellow students are to IU Southeast. But now it is time to turn our attention to the community. The Chancellor's Medallion is the highest honor bestowed by Indiana University Southeast, and over the past 25 years, 53 Medallion Awards have been given in recognition of outstanding service to the campus and community. Each recipient has contributed to the economic, educational, and general welfare of Southern Indiana. This year's IU Bicentennial and the 25th Chancellor's Medallion Dinner is a special year to honor all of our past recipients. The Indiana University Bicentennial is a multi-year, multi-campus program. It is academically driven, historically grounded, intellectually stimulating, and demonstrates how Indiana University has truly served as a people's university. This year has included a dynamic series of bicentennial signature projects for campus art, stemming from individuals, departments, schools, and campuses. We've celebrated several bicentennial projects on the IU Southeast campus, including an unveiling of the beautiful piece of stained glass artwork created by IU Southeast students and Donna Stollard, the Senior Lecturer of Fine Art. We've dedicated a marker on campus for Lyda Radford, the very first IU Southeast student. Radford's academic journey documents IU Southeast's acceptance of minority students and its benchmark for our students pursuing higher education while advancing professionally in the region. We've also installed a timeline of historic facts along the corridor of University Center between the Horizon radio station and the Commons food court, featuring photos and historical facts by decade for both Indiana University and our campus. The plans are to continue adding to our history over the coming decades. Each medallion recipient has received the Indiana University Bicentennial Medal in recognition of their contributions to the IU community. The Bicentennial Medal is awarded to organizations and individuals who, through their personal, professional, artistic, and philanthropic efforts, have broadened the reach of Indiana University around the state, nation, and world. These medals themselves are unique, made from materials salvaged from the old bells that hung in the student building on IU Bloomington campus, giving recipients a lasting piece of IU history. I now invite you to watch this video on the significance and creation of the Bicentennial Medals.
When I came here in Bloomington, I didn't have much background or any knowledge about Bloomington. I got the opportunity to start working here as a design faculty, and then I got to realize that how IU is not just Bloomington. It started to recognize everything is kind of interconnected. It kind of made me very interested in about how IU is central culture, actually, not just in Bloomington, and throughout Indiana. When I saw the medal poster about the design of a bicentennial medal, I just immediately thought of, wow, it would be so cool to represent something. I used this interconnection of throughout the campuses. The design actually came from two distinct images. One is water ripple. So when the water drops, it's kind of influencing the ripples around that area. And another one is this aviation route. You see the aviation of one portal space is connecting space to space. So I thought that two images combining how the IU's each campus is rippling and how they are connected to other area for a global connection.
There were two big challenges in making these medallions. One was getting the metal temperature correct. The alloy itself that we use, the bell material, is not homogeneous. There were some areas of the bell that were high tin content. We could see other areas that had high copper content. So as a result, the finished product, you'll see some variation in color. And that's a unique aspect of using historic material like this. It created challenges, but it made a really unique end piece. We began the process with receiving digital designs from Jay, the selected artist. We worked with Jay to develop levels and sizes for each of the components of the medallion. Digital files were then introduced to our milling CAD program and then transferred to our CNC machine for milling. They're two-part dies, and we use that for wax injection. We're injecting waxes under high pressure into these metal dies. After we get the wax, they go to our investment room where we put them on a tree. We make a ceramic slurry. We pour the ceramic slurry into the steel cylinder, pull a vacuum on it to eliminate any kind of air cavities in the part. The investment hardens, and then we transfer it to the dewaxing unit. The next day, the parts are ready for casting. We use gas-fired furnace. We're melting the material at about 1900 degrees, and we're pulling a vacuum on it. We hand ladle the metal into the steel cylinder. The vacuum draws the metal down into the cavities for great detail reproduction. After we go through a process of removing the investment, the parts are removed from the tree and they go to our finishing line for gate removal, edge smoothing, working on any of the highlights. We hand relieve the parts to leave oxidation, and then the parts are clear coated. I think the most exciting part was to see the reaction of staff at IU and Jay, the artist, at how pleased they were with the end result. We told them going in that there were challenges, and I think the end product exceeded everyone's expectations. When you have an opportunity to do a job for something in your community, it's an honor to do it. And we enjoyed the project, we worked hard on it, and we're very proud of the work that we did.
It's kind of amazing that I'm a foreigner. I'm not like rooted here in the beginning, but when I started living in Bloomington and become part of the faculty of IU, I feel more now really engaged. But as I am kind of marking up this bicentennial medal, it's a big milestone in a way for IU. So when I contribute my own design for awarding people who contributed this history of IU, it's kind of very honored.
Indiana University, Bicentennial.
Now that you know about the significance of the medals, please watch as some of our past medallion recipients recall what the award means to them and how they've continued to exemplify what it means to be a Chancellor's Medallion recipient.
Well, the Chancellor's Medallion means the world to me. It's probably the greatest honor I've ever received, and I think the reason it means so much to me is because of when I look at the other folks in the community who've received it over the years. To be in with the caliber of folks like that is just an incredible honor.
Receiving the Chancellor's Medallion was truly a very great honor in my lifetime. It signified to me that my work here as a trustee with many dedicated and loyal supporters of this campus, both in the administration and donors and friends of this university, had a true impact on the future of IU Southeast.
It calls you to a higher order with this medallion. It's just understood that as a medallion winner, you are among a very select group that is expected and recognized.
The Chancellor's Medallion makes me proud just to think of it. Every year, as the new honorees come in, I think of this honor more and more because I take a look at the quality of the individuals that have been included, and it measures the great commitment they've made to the community.
We just try to render a quality education, try to make lifelong learners here, try to produce people who care about their neighbors, their civilization, their society, and the values that make America great. So I think this award selects people who sort of are emblematic of that in their daily lives.
I see first and foremost probably a commitment to community, just a real deep grounding in our community here in southern Indiana, as well as a commitment to the common good.
We have so many resources here, whether it's the natural resources of the knobs and the hills and the river, or our people resources, which quite honestly are our best resource. And IUS is a perfect tool to help with this. They provide education for thousands of individuals, and we know that most of our graduates here at Indiana University Southeast stay in southern Indiana.
I'm passionate about IU Southeast. I am passionate about Southern Indiana. This is home. I was born, I was raised in Southern Indiana, Jeffersonville. IU Southeast, Indiana University, was kind enough to let me be a student. I was a non-traditional student. They were kind enough and helpful enough as a university and staff to work with non-traditional students, but yet at the same time they had students just out of high school, and so you could see a diversity of age.
As a trustee, it's been my honor to serve as a liaison for many years to this campus. I take great comfort knowing that a quality IU education is available to people in southeastern Indiana.
I think in a lot of ways, the reason I stay engaged with IU Southeast and this community is I want to pay it forward. I've been given something wonderful in my lifetime. I've seen my own children grow up with that, and I just feel like as community members, we owe it to each other, to our community, to continue to stay engaged and always, every day, try to make our world a better place.
One more time, I would like to thank and congratulate all our past medallion recipients for their continued support of Indiana University Southeast and the local community. At this time, I would like to invite Vice Chancellor Betty Russo back to the stage to give more details on how you can support the Chancellor's Medallion Scholarship Fund and IU Southeast students.
Thank you, Chancellor. Tonight you met students who have benefited from and will continue to benefit from the support of the Chancellor's Medallion scholarships. Over the years, you have provided incredible support to IU Southeast and the Chancellor's Medallion scholarships, and we are so thankful for that support. If what you heard from these students stirred your heart, then I ask you to consider making your gift so IU Southeast can continue to support students like the ones you've witnessed tonight. We have great talented students in our area, and we want them to be successful and contribute to the growth of Southern Indiana. In the program, there are user-friendly instructions on how you can use your phone to make your gift. You can do it now or do it later. Thank you for sharing this wonderful evening with us, and thank you for supporting our students. I would now like to invite Chancellor Wallace back to the podium to close out our evening.
As we close this evening, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your contribution. You have played a part in making a difference in the lives of these students and subsequently in the quality of life in our community and region. Let's all raise our champagne glasses at home and make a toast. To student success at IU Southeast and to all those who continue to make this success possible. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.